Angel Reese was so bad last night, the announcers calling the game, they were laughing at her performance.
We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it, blocked.
Angel Reese just hit rock bottom, and the whole basketball world saw it happen in real time. A missed wide-open layup, a too-small taunt thrown right back in her face, and two rookies turning her home court into their personal highlight reel, all on national TV. The Washington Mystics didn't just beat the Chicago Sky. They turned the game into an instructional video on how not to play basketball, and Angel Reese was the unwilling star of the show.
Chicago Bravado once again got their kicked. Angel Reese was so bad last night, the announcers calling the game, they were laughing at her performance. Check out some highlights for yourself. Well, KC, you always do this. You select a couple of bad plays and try to convince us that Angel Reese isn't a superstar.
And here's the kicker. This wasn't just another loss. This game could end up being the breaking point that costs Reese her biggest endorsement deal, her credibility in the league, and maybe even her spot as the face of Reebok's future. Because after that performance, people aren't just laughing at the bloopers. They're starting to ask if Angel Reese is actually overrated.
Washington Mystics just put belt to ass on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Sonia Citron was out there cooking with hot grease. Stir the pot, stir the pot. Keep cooking, Sonia. That was a show. She put on a flat-out show versus Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Boy, 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 did they ruin Angel Reese's home.
In this video, we're breaking down exactly how Angel Reese went from Shaq's handpicked superstar to the center of a PR nightmare. We'll dig into the Mystics' total demolition job, the viral layup miss that had commentators laughing on live TV.
We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it, blocked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me get real serious.
And the brutal rookie roast that's making the rounds on social media. We'll also look at the Reebok sponsorship drama, the numbers that prove her dominance might be fool's gold, the subtle and maybe petty Candace Parker shade, and why the Caitlin Clark comparison is starting to look worse by the day. By the end, you're going to see why this isn't just a bad week for Angel Reese. It might be the turning point of her career.
Interesting.
I in no way, shape, or form am a hater. What player are you taking Angel Reese over of those that I just listed?
Damn, she tried to set AB up.
Back in 2023, Angel Reese was on top of the basketball world. She had the swagger, the NCAA championship ring, and the viral moments that made her a household name. She wasn't just a player, she was a brand. Shaquille O'Neal personally tapped her as the first big signing for Reebok's renewed push into performance basketball. This was supposed to be the next chapter in Reebok's history.
Angel Reese and Reebok just dropped a player-exclusive colorway of Reebok's new basketball shoe, specifically designed by Angel Reese with her new logo on it, and they might be onto something here. So the shoe is called the Engine A, which is Reebok's newest basketball shoe that I think looks really good. It costs $120, is out in a bunch of colorways, and already being worn by Reebok's top athletes. Now this pair is themed around Angel Reese with her new logo on the tongue that was just debuted a few days ago, and acts as a teaser for her debut signature shoe with Reebok that's expected to drop early next year.
After legends like Allen Iverson and Shaq himself, Angel Reese was going to be the bridge to a new generation. The marketing pitch wrote itself. The Bayou Barbie takes over the pros. She had the college clout, the social media reach, and the personality to light up interviews. And early in her rookie season, the double-double streak looked like proof that she could bring that dominance to the WNBA. But somewhere between the hype and the hardwood, the story started to change. Instead of her highlight reels trending, her lowlight reels began taking over. Missed bunnies, awkward post moves, defensive breakdowns, all clipped, memed, and replayed millions of times. And here's the thing, in the internet era, perception is reality. When the clip of you bricking a wide-open layup goes more viral than your actual points, that's not just bad for your game, that's bad for your brand.
Was an epic embarrassment, bro. Remember, this is a pro basketball player. Won a national championship. Their calling card they'd like to hang over is she beat Caitlin Clark. Remember that. Watch this.
And also with the miss, Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. He says, "Kenny, that. How about another?" Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
And that's exactly where Angel Reese finds herself now, caught between the player she's supposed to be, the brand she's built, and the criticism that's getting harder to ignore. On paper, Angel Reese looks like she's thriving. Double-doubles in 11 straight games, over 20 points and double-digit rebounds against the Mystics, big free throw numbers. If you only read the box score, you'd think she was an all-star in the making. But the problem? Those numbers don't translate. Against Washington, she needed 16 shots to get those 22 points, and most of them came at the free throw line. She committed 5 fouls, hacking her way through possessions instead of locking down on defense. And the real dagger? The Sky still lost by 17 points on national TV.
I'm no expert in math, but it looks like Angel Reese wins 1 out of every 3 games. If I remember correctly, Angel Reese has beaten a team with a winning record once this season. So you tell me how Angel Reese impacts.
Worse, this isn't an isolated bad game. It's a pattern. She's shooting just 31.5% on layups this season. That's the 3rd most layup attempts in the league, and one of the worst finishing rates you'll see at the pro level. Most WNBA players hit layups at 70 to 80%. Reese is turning the easiest shot in basketball into a coin toss. And the viral moments aren't helping. The wide-open layup against the Mystics that she somehow banked into the underside of the backboard, an instant blooper. The too small taunt thrown right back at her after getting scored on by Shakira Austin. The game where she missed 4 consecutive putbacks in 12 seconds against New York. 2 of them swatted away like a summer mosquito. Individually, these are just bad plays. But together, they're painting a picture that's hard to ignore.
But she shot terribly. She got bailed out so many times, throwing up brick layups, getting phantom foul calls from the refs. She did make 10 of 11 free throws, so that is good. 6 of 16 from the floor is not good at all. 0 of 1 from 3. She was a -11.
Angel Reese might be putting up stats, but she's not impacting winning. And here's the harsh truth. In the WNBA, where there are fewer teams and every roster spot is gold, being famous doesn't matter if you're not helping your team win. If Angel Reese doesn't turn this around, and fast, the fallout could be brutal. First, there's the on-court credibility. The Chicago Sky are already sitting at the bottom of playoff contention. In her 11-game double-double streak, they went 7-19. Those numbers scream empty stats. And every time a rookie like Sonia Citron or Kiki Iriafen drops 20-plus points on her defense, that dominant paint protector label gets harder to say with a straight face. Then there's the locker room dynamic. The Sky didn't sign her to be a background piece. She was marketed as the face of the franchise. When your star is racking up viral misses instead of clutch buckets, that can drain a team's morale. Players start side-eyeing whether the hype is worth the distraction. But the biggest stakes? Her brand. Reebok isn't just invested in Angel Reese the player. They're banking on Angel Reese the icon. They compared her to Allen Iverson when they signed her. AI changed the culture and won games. If Reese's image keeps tilting toward basketball's reality TV star, that 2026 signature shoe could turn into a $150 punchline.
What's going on with Angel Reese? Reebok made her the face of their comeback, and it's a total disaster. While Caitlin Clark shatters records, Angel Reese is missing layups like a beginner, 31.5% on easy shots. Commentators are literally laughing on live TV. Fans can't stop sharing her epic fails. Reebok bet big on her 2026 signature shoe, but instead of hype, it's viral bloopers. Shaq backed this? It's like launching a car with a driver who can't steer. This might be the worst endorsement deal ever. If you agree, comment fire the baby draft.
And it's not like companies haven't cut bait before. Brands have quietly walked away from athletes who couldn't keep their on-court product matching the marketing promise. 1 bad season might be survivable, but 2, that can permanently shift how fans and sponsors see you.
And ironically, in a day where I think Caitlin Clark played one of the best games of her career. Angel Reese played the worst game of her career.
Let's not forget the Caitlin Clark factor either. Every week, Clark is out here selling out arenas, breaking records, and winning. Every week, Reese trends for something that isn't basketball excellence. The contrast is becoming a highlight reel in itself, one that Reebok's PR team has to dread seeing on their feed. If nothing changes, Reese isn't just at risk of losing a shoe deal, she's at risk of losing the narrative. And once you lose that in pro sports, good luck getting it back. Right now, Angel Reese's biggest rival isn't just another player. It's the perception gap between her and Caitlin Clark. Clark is pulling in sellout crowds, moving merchandise, and putting up numbers that lead to wins. She's hitting logo threes, setting rookie records, and carrying a roster that, frankly, doesn't have the depth Chicago does. And she's doing it without constant viral bloopers. When you line them up side by side, it's a PR mismatch. Clark, game winner highlights. Reese, missed layup memes. Clark, national broadcast praise from legends. Reese, subtle shade from Candace Parker. And speaking of Parker, her little eyes emoji post after Reese's meltdown against Washington, that was a masterclass in veteran pettiness. She didn't have to say Reese's name. Everyone knew. That's the kind of passive shot that lingers in players' heads. But Reese's options are clear, and they're urgent. Double down on fundamentals. Fix the layup problem. Fix the defensive rotations. When the easiest shots in basketball are your biggest liability, you start there. Shift the narrative on court. One monster performance in a win, not just a stat-stuffed loss, can reset the conversation, at least temporarily. Lean into leadership. If she starts making her teammates better, not just padding her own stats, the locker room buy-in will follow. Control the off-court story. Dial back the brand-building noise until the game is right. The Reebok deal will explode if the play starts matching the persona. The question is, will she do it? Because rivals like Clark are going to keep raising the bar, and the league's patience for famous but flawed stars is razor thin. Behind closed doors, it's not just about missed layups and bad rotations. It's about how the Sky are processing it. Teammates notice when the spotlight is always on one player, especially if that attention isn't translating into wins. And when your franchise face is trending for the wrong reasons week after week, the whispers start. Best case, she tightens up her game, cuts the bloopers, and turns the narrative around with actual wins. One playoff push, even as a lower seed, could reframe her as a gritty, productive star instead of a stat-podal meme. Reebok stays on board. The 2026 shoe drop becomes a hit, and the Bayou Barbie brand finally matches the basketball. Middle ground, she keeps putting up numbers, but the losses pile up. Fans see through the stat lines, teammates quietly lose patience, and her role shifts from centerpiece to secondary option. The Reebok shoe still comes out, but as a lifestyle sneaker instead of a performance model. Worst case, the bloopers keep coming, the Sky keep losing, and Reebok pulls the plug. Other brands start looking elsewhere for their next big face. She becomes more known for her social media presence than her game, the WNBA equivalent of a reality TV star. That might still mean fame, but not the kind that lasts in pro sports. And with Caitlin Clark and a whole wave of new rookies already eating up headlines, that window to prove she's the real deal is getting smaller by the week. Angel Reese's rookie year was supposed to be the start of something legendary. Instead, it's turned into a weekly referendum on whether the hype was ever real. From the missed layups to the viral roasts, from Reebok's investment to the Caitlin Clark comparison, the pressure is only building. The talent is there, but so is the clock. So here's the question. Is Angel Reese just going through rookie growing pains, or is this the player she's going to be? Drop your thoughts below, because one thing's for sure, the next few months will define the rest of her career.